Love cannot be negotiated. You cannot convince someone to be interested in you. When you're too needy, when you're too pushy, when you are insecure about yourself, you demonstrate that the other person is the catch. Hey everyone, as you saw from the title, today we will speak about how you can get someone to reach out to you without any efforts, any direct efforts. It's a psychology game. Look, sometimes the man is cold and he pulls away because he is not the right person for you and you should not want him back. And sometimes the man pulls away because everything was already accomplished in the relationship. He already got you, you already had everything, and he just pulled away, and that was the end of the game for him. There's no more challenge in the relationship. Whatever the reason might be, depending on your own position. You are a single mom and no one wants to take the baggage of another man. So externally, by looking at this situation, we can tell, it's normal for the man to think that he's the catch. But what is not visible at the beginning of the relationship is that sometimes you are too much for the man. Internally, you as a person, you are too much for him. And so when you start to be defensive and insecure about your situation because you know and you feel that, all right, this man thinks that he's too much for me because I have kids or because I'm older than him, then you start to be insecure. Then here you're demonstrating that you're not only in a less favorable position externally, but also internally. You're showing that you have insecurities about your position and your situation. You get what I mean? So if you want to balance the situation when you are in a less favorable position, it's not by denying the position of your opponent. It's not by denying the position of your partner. It's by acknowledging your position and seeing his position. And now you have to show how you are internally, because the packaging is something you cannot change. You cannot change that you have kids, that you are a single mom. But what you can change is by showing the qualities that are not visible on the surface level, the qualities that you have within you as a person. And you show that with time. You show that with time. It's not by saying, I am this, because at the end, it also shows that you're insecure, but you give it time. If the man thinks that since you are a single mom, you will be maybe chasing him, then you should not chase him. You should act as if you were just single, you don't have kids. This is how you should act. And you knowing your position that you're a single mom, what you should do is you should have a strategy on how you can show him the qualities that are not visible on the surface level. How you are nurturing, how you are kind, how you are wise. Certain things can be shown over time, not by saying, I am this, I am that. Don't tell, show. And whatever your situation might be, whether you are a single mom or you are just single about to establish something with this man, the keyword that will get the person you are interested in, indifference. Indifference is the key. So let me explain to you. When you tell yourself that, okay, I am done with this person, you can say, I am done with this person, but if he comes back, I will give him one more chance. You cannot fake it. You cannot say, okay, I will pretend to not care anymore. Because if you just fake it, if you are not convinced that you are done with him, when he comes back, you will melt down again. And this is not what you want to do. You need to show indifference. You need to be already indifferent about him. And this will be reflected in how you live your life, in how you respond to him, and your energy, your vibe will be totally different. I remember I had a lady. She was a boss babe, these boss babes and these masculine women. And I saw she demonstrated certain things when I was speaking with her. And I said, no. This girl is not normal. And I stopped speaking with her. I told myself, okay, this lady, I canceled her. I started to see notifications from her. She's interacting with me. And I told her, why are you doing that? Or something like that. She asked me to impress her. And I told her, I'm not one of those guys who will do everything to impress you. So certain women, they can have all the attention from other men, but they will focus on the man who is not interested in them. They will focus on the man who canceled them. And the same applies to men. They can have many options, but they still want the person who is a little bit of a challenge. If they leave you And based on your position, you know that they expect you to chase them. Don't chase them. And if you know that you are wrong, then you can send them a message. Based on your position, that's why this is not a one-size rule that apply on everyone. Depending on your position, if you are a single mom, you shouted on them or you showed insecurity in your interaction with them, and they said no, you showed them that not only externally you are messed up, but also internally, and they ghosted you, they stopped talking to you. You don't have to let your ego direct the situation. You can reach out to the man, tell him that you are sorry, and he will see that, okay, the woman is normal, she's not crazy. You know, depending on your own situation. But if none of these things happen, and the man just like left you or started to ghost you because there is no more challenge, the key is to show less interest. If you show indifference, don't fake it, but convince yourself first that with this man I am done. If you do that, the man will reach out to you, and when he reaches out to you, he will sense that you're already over him, and now you will become again a challenge for him. That's why sometimes in relationships, when you are with someone, it can be exciting at the beginning, but when everything is official, the man starts to lose interest, you also start to lose interest. That's why also we see men say, I don't want to play games, I want to be just myself. So the key, whenever you see a man pull back, show less interest, ghost you, gives you the cold shoulder, show less interest. And depending on what you put in your mind about them, whether you will give them one more chance if they reach back, or whether you will completely forget about them even if they reach back, unless they convince you, this is what you tell yourself. I'm done with them, I'm done with her, and I will not take her back even if she reaches back. Even you don't tell yourself, unless she convinces me that, okay, let's take a chance. You let that for the time. And this is how you get her back. I'm telling you, this works 100%. If this happens with your husband, you can still also do the same, but don't say that I will forget him totally. But apply certain tactics that makes the man also have something to work for. Be a little bit of a challenge. Be less obvious for sure. Don't be toxic. Don't be a totally different person. But do less of the things that the man is used to, and he will notice. And then he will try to work for the things that he's used to get from you. And to conclude here, always be aware of your position. If you are in a less favorable position, if the man expects you to be chasing him, then don't chase him. And if the man ghosted you because you were insecure, you attacked him, you were defensive about certain things, then it's okay to reach out and apologize. This shows him that, okay, you're not messed up internally, emotionally, you're not damaged. So depending on your own situation, you cannot be the one who is wrong and then expect the man to come back to you. And also another thing is, sometimes you don't want the person to come back to you. The man ghosted you. For example, you are a single mom, nothing happened, you were not defensive with him, you communicate normally, and the man just ghosted you, and he keeps ghosting you, and you have to reach out to him, you have to get him back, then maybe you don't want to be with this man. You know, because you don't want to be in a situation, a relationship where you always have to maintain him, you always have to keep him. That's not a sustainable relationship. So I will leave it at this. I hope it made sense, and I hope my message was clear. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will get back to you. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.